check. Right. Oh, what a beautiful day. As you can see, this today is very beautiful, and we're going to do change of subject, you know, as that's always been, it's beautiful. So let's look at what we're going to do today. Okay. We have on our board. Let's see what we have on our board. Okay, so we are going to break it down. Um, oh, look at this. Young kids want to eat ice cream. It's not beautiful. It's very, very beautiful. It's very sunny, as you can see over here. And the young kids, when they hear that, they want to force the parent to get them some ice cream to eat. And we're going to put that on aside. So as we can see, we have about 4 or 5 different equations that we're going to talk about today. The one we have over here says 1 over f is equals to n minus 1 into bracket 1 over r1 plus 1 over r2. Well, this is a very beautiful equation that we're not supposed to know what this equation stands for, but in our interest is going to be how to be able to make n the subject, as you can see, how to make the f the subject, and as we can make the r1 or r2 the subject of this change of subjects. All right, so this equation looks very beautiful. Okay, now let's look at the other one we will do as well. Let's look at it. So when we highlight them, you can see that this equation is so beautiful. So we are going to tackle this one. You see, and our interest is going to be how we can make n the subject, this n, or r1 or r2. Okay, then the next one we're also going to look at is this one that says that 1 over f is equals to 1 over u plus 1 over v. Okay, so we are going to make f the subject of the equation, or r or u the subject of the equation, or v the subject of the equation. Why are we doing that? So that you have a solid grip on change of subject as a topic. You see, because if we manage to work out the f or u or v standing on its own, then we have covered every necessary question you'll be asked for if you are asked to solve this equation to make any of the parameters or variable the subject. Now let's look at the third one. The third one that says KE is equals to half mv squared. You see, this is KE is equals to half mv squared. We're also going to look at that one as well. Well, then with this, we're going to make v the subject, and also we'll make m the subject. Okay, meaning we have covered every possible question that will be asked when such a question comes in an exam. Now let's look at this one. The last but not the least, we've been given yt squared is equal to r cubed sine theta. So we are going to make t the subject. We are going to make r the subject. We are going to make y the subject of the theta. So y the subject, let me add the y the subject as well. So y the subject, which is also, so we are going to make also y the subject of the equation. So in order not for us to waste time, let's see how we can go about it. So it will be good. I think we should start with the question number 2 that is very, very common to us. Okay, so let's look at it. Okay, so that is change of subject for today. So then our question that we're going to tackle is 1 over f is equals to 1 over u plus that. So first we are going to make f the subject. F the subject of the equation. So how do we go about it? Making f the subject of the equation. You see, if you look at the whole equation, okay, we see that the equation is in the form of fraction. You see? The whole equation is in the form of fraction. So, and anytime we working or we are working with fraction, we always think about something we call LCM, the lowest common multiple. Okay, so we want to make f the subject. So let's see how we go about it. Now, if I look at the left hand side, okay, so you see that this is left hand side and this is right hand side of the equation. So let's look at it. Given our equation, and we want to make f the subject of the equation. So our equation is 1 over f is equals to 1 over u plus 1 over v, which is the same. So when we look at this 2, we see that our LCM, how do you find it? We multiply the denominators. Over here, the denominators are u and v. So let me make it up. Distinguish the two. So our denominators, okay, denominators is u and v. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply the denominators. You see, so u times v will be uv. So that is the denominator. So with that in mind, then I can say that 1 over f is equals to my denominator, which is uv. If you look at this, you see that u will go into the uv to cancel u. So here will be v, and the v will go to this to cancel v, and I will be left with u. So I have u plus v. Have you seen it? It has made life easier. And the next thing I will do is to do what? Cross multiplying. So I say cross multiplying. Cross multiplying. So as it goes by the name, cross multiplying this, I'm going to cross the f to this direction to multiply this. Okay, and then I will cross the u to multiply the 1. You see? So when I do that, the blue, u multiplied by that to be u. 1 times uv is equals to the red one multiplying vu. So that will be f into bracket v plus u. And friends, we know that when we multiply 1 times uv, we get uv to be equals to f into bracket u plus v. Okay, so what do? We want to make f the subject. So we say, you see this one is multiplying u plus v. So we say divide through by u plus v. Friends, so our equation, now I'm going to replicate exactly what I see over here. So uv is equals to df multiplying u plus v. Okay, so what am I going to do? I'm going to divide here and here by u plus v. So when I divide here by u plus v and here by u plus v, straightforward, we know that this will cancel this. So our equation here will be left with f and this will be u v into bracket u plus v. So meaning we have made f the subject of the formula. Okay, so as you can see, so easy. So we say therefore f is equals to u v over u plus v. Okay, so we are able to make f the subject. But this same equation, we want to make also v the subject. We want to make the v the subject. So here, remarkably, it has been so easy. Okay, so the same equation, as we know, we have the same equation. We haven't changed anything, which is 1 over f is equals to 1 over u plus 1 over v. Over here, we want to make v the subject. So v, the subject of the equation. How do we go about it? It's very easy. Very easy. Because, you know, when we look at the place where we had uv, this very place, let me mark this one. Yes, this place we had this. Okay, so we can say that uv, as we multiply through by uv, okay, we had uv to be equals to f into bracket u plus v. So we say that uv is equal to u f into bracket u plus v, as we multiply through by that. So with that in place, all what we have to do is to be able to expand this equation. So let us expand this equation. So we say this implies that uv is equals to fu plus fv. First, we have just expanded the right hand side. Okay, now what can we do? We remember that in equation, what you do to the left hand side, you do to the right hand side. So we want to combine all the things or all the variable that contains v to one side. So this very equation, which is uv equals to fu plus fv. Okay, we are going to subtract fv from both sides. So let's use different colors so that will be easier for us. So we subtract fv from here and fv from here. If we do that, we know that fv minus fv will be 0, and 0 plus fu will be fu. So this will be fu is equals to what? uv minus fv. Okay, what do? We got to do factorization on the left hand side. So we say factorizing, yeah, v from the left, yeah, from the left. So our equation will be v out u minus f is equals to what? fu. Now, okay, what do? Now we got to get rid of u minus f so that our equation will be v standing on its own. So have you seen it? We have to get rid of this. How do we get rid of that? Bear in mind that this is multiplying that. You see, this is multiplying that. And we know that the inverse of division is multiplication. You see, an inverse of multiplication is division. So we say we divide both side by u minus f. Okay, we divide both sides by u minus f. Okay, so now let's write our equation down so that everything will be on point. So we have v multiplying u minus f, which is equal to fu. Okay, so we divide both sides by that. So we are going to divide here by u minus f, to the left by u minus f, and the right by u minus f. So let's use our green color that will make it easier for us. So we divide here by u minus f, and here by u minus f. You see? What do we see? We see that on the left hand side, u minus f is the same. So we say this will cancel this, and this will cancel that. And therefore, we'll be left with our v. Okay? So we say v stand on its own is equal to fu dividing u minus f. So you see, we have made a v the subject. We have made a v the subject. You see, so our equation now has become so easy. So we have it, v is equals to fu all over u minus f. You see, now let's make the u the subject as well. Well, if we are very smart, you will see that to make u the subject, all what you have to do is to interchange the values of u and v, and that is it. But most often than not, we will not be able to analyze it in that way, so we're going to do it from fundamental basis. So let's write our equation down again. Okay, and we know our equation is 1 over f is equals to 1 over u plus 1 over v. Okay, we want to make u the subject. This is what do I do? I want to make u the subject. So when you look at it very carefully, you will see that our common denominator is fu and v. Have you seen it? So our denominator will be f multiplying u multiplying v. So the dot here is multiplying. So our denominator will be what? FUV. Friends? So what do? We are going to multiply through the whole equation by FUV. Okay? So let's write it down. Okay, let's state it. Let's state it. We say multiply through by FUV. Okay, so I'm going to do it step by step so that everybody will understand it. So let's write the equation down. We have 1 over f is equals to 1 over u plus 1 over v. So I'm going to multiply here and multiply here and multiply here by FUV. Okay, so let's use our color grade again, once again, so that we will be able to identify with ease. So there, we multiply this one by FUV, FUV, and FUV. You will see, let's use red to cancel the common ones. You see that F will cancel this, so we'll be left with what? UV is equals to this. Then the U will cancel the U, we'll be left with FV, okay, plus V will cancel the V, and we have FU. You see, friends, it's easy. So being able to attain UV to be equals to FV plus FU, we have to try as much as possible to let all the U's get together and all the V's stay on their own. when we look at it very carefully, we see that on our left hand side here, we have V here, which is not our interest. Our interest is the U, because we want to make U the subject. So I have to do something to make the U stand alone. So I have a U here, and I have a U here. Meaning, I have to get rid of this. So this one will join his counterpart U on the left hand side. But we have realized that the sign we have in front of it is plus FU, meaning we got to use subtraction to help us to solve our equation. But bear in mind that in every equation, what we do to both the left hand side, we do to the right. Okay, so we say subtract FU from both sides. From both sides. Beautiful. So now let's go and write our equation in red. So our equation given as UV is equals to FV plus FU. Okay, I'm going to use the blue to help us to subtract FU from both sides. So I'll subtract FU from the left hand side and FU from here. You see, straight on. We see, let's use color green to help us. Okay, so that this FU will cancel this FU. So if you look at it, our equation will be left with UV minus the FU, which is equals to FV. Okay, so you see, we are getting close. Why are we getting close? Because we have U, which is very common on the left hand side, you see. So we have a U here, and we have a U here. Is it not beautiful? It is. So what are you thinking about? Since we have U, which is very common to both sides on the left, so what we are going to say is factorize U out. Factorize U out. So what do? This one we factorize that. We have U out into bracket V minus F is equals to FV. You see, it's becoming more easier. Now, this V minus F is multiplying U. So if I want to get rid of this, since it's multiplying U, I want to get rid of this. What do? Is multiplying. Then the inverse of multiplication will be divide. So I will say what? Divide both sides by U minus V minus F, sorry. So yeah, U minus F. Okay, so let's write our equation down the way it looks. So over here we have our U multiplying the V minus F, which is equals to FV, and we say we are going to divide both sides by U minus F, since it's multiplying. So I divide here by, so it's V minus F, so here V minus F, and here V minus F. Okay, so let me clean and let it look very neat. There's a, yeah, so we have this is V, and this is also V. Good. So here is V. Here, V minus F. Now, friends, as you can see, what do you see? The V minus F will cancel each other, and we'll be left with U to be equals to the FV divided by V minus F. So you see, as it's so easy. As it's so easy, we are able to make U the subject of the formula. And in that beautiful sense, we've also made the F the subject of the formula. Let's look at something over here. Where is it? Okay. Insert. Good. So you see our formula. You see this? We're able to make U the subject of the formula. Okay. From that, and over here too, when we work it out, we're able to make the what's the name? Yeah, this one. We're able to make the V the subject of the formula. Okay. V the subject of the formula. Once again, we're able to make this one the subject. Okay. And the other one, the first one, we're able to make the F the subject. Friends, that is how it is. Change of subject is nothing but what multiplication and division, by being able to understand your variable. Okay, so let's go through once more and see this one. As you can see, this one was 1 over F is equals to 1 over V plus 1 over U. Okay, F, the subject, you know, we chose U and V and multiply them. It became UV. Okay, then, you know, we did the normal fraction we know. So when we put UV beneath, we know V will cancel U and we'll be left with V. And V will cancel as it goes, multiply through, we do cross multiple. Okay, then that we're able to do our division. And we came out with F to be equals to UV over U plus V. Okay, and the other one, 1 over F is equals to 1 over U plus 1 over V. Over here, our interest was to be able to make V the subject, and we were able to do that. So what did we do? You know, the same equation, we took this one from the first part when we multiplied through and we attained UV to this one over here as I highlighted it. Then we brought it here. Then after that, we expanded the right hand side. Then we separated the veins on the left hand side. Okay, then there we are. We're able to attain our change of subject. Okay, in the same way. Friends, that is where we come to an end. See you around, and within a long, we will tackle our next question that goes by this way. It's going to be, our next question will be the K is equal to half mv squared. The next time we'll meet. Then we'll tackle the 1 over F, which is equal to n minus 1 into bracket 1 over R1 plus R1 over R2. Then finally we'll get to this equation where we'll try to make T, R, theta, and Y the subject. Nice to have you around. Please subscribe and also, you know, click on the bell so that you'll be the first person to receive the next tutorial. Bye-bye.